And we're back with the second attempt of the next episode of the Something Untitled podcast. I'm Ryan, and I'm joined today by my co-host, Ben. Today's episode is brought to you by online dating, and Ben is going to take us through, what would you call it, Ben? The labyrinth that is and has been your love life.
I will call it a weird Dante's Inferno of specialized ironic punishments for all the sins I've committed in this life. Because that's all dating really is just facing ironic punishments for lessons you need to learn.
So you've been with for a long time now, right? A few years? Couple years?
Yeah, it's we actually weirdly don't have like a definitive start date anymore, because like there's been like a lot of, figuring ourselves out, going through our young adult years and learning more about each other in the world, so to speak.
Sure. Yeah, but I mean, you could say things are pretty serious now that you're...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You haven't always been with them.
Oh, no, there was...
Took some trials and tribulations to get here. Trial by fire.
There were many trials, all but one instance came from the online world, which is always such a strange place to start a relationship.
Online?
Yeah. Isn't that how you and your significant other got together too? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so
I feel like it's just like you're casting a wider net. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like what are the chances the person you're meant to be with is like one of the people you went to high school with?
Yeah,
as opposed to like the internet. Everyone on the internet.
Yeah.
Not to say like I've got a ton of respect for folks that, met their high school sweetheart and they're still together and happy and whatever. Not saying it's impossible to find the person you're meant to be with in high school. Just saying. Very rare. There's some benefits to, just some benefits to, I don't know, using the internet.
Yeah. I think there's definitely some drawbacks too. And
we're going to talk about the drawbacks.
As always, the ever prescient need for critique. So one particular example that comes to mind was when I met this chick at a bar in some location.
Was this facilitated through like an online dating app? Okay.
Yeah. I use it as a means to an end.
To fuck?
Oh no, I do not have the confidence for that. Oh Lord, no.
The way you said it was like, it's a means to an end.
Well, yeah, because like...
It's a necessary evil.
I saw it as a necessary evil to get to that first date, which
that's more wholesome.
Wholesome. Yeah, for like the male side of it, it's like, and for me, I'm just like, I just like want to see if like when we sit down at a table, you're not like scratching your head at like why I'm analyzing like the viscosity of the ketchup, like, and like complaining about the amount of like leftover ketchup water that they've allowed to pool in this bottle of ketchup. Because I just exist my life as a very opinionated person. So I need someone who can meet me on that level. But then you got the added problem of meeting someone online, and for these poor girls, like, I can't even imagine what they go through on some of these first dates with us fine gentlemen out there.
Yeah, and it's not even all just men. I mean, there's
There's
there's some weird women, weird men. Like there's just weirdos. There's enough weirdos for everybody.
Oh yeah, and good catch on that. But I always was trying to reduce the amount of time that we would be spending on the app because I gain almost no insight from like text messages and whatnot. Like for one, there's too much just like thought that goes into what you're saying. Like you can't be spur of the moment. You can't let, the muses of reality really speak to you because everything is so contrived and like analyzed and like, oh, are you someone who like wants like proper punctuation? Are you someone who doesn't? Do you use a lot of emojis? Like, are you like an over LOLer? Like,
God. Yeah, you're ready. I'm just exhausted listening to you talk about it. I mean that in a nice way. No,
sorry.
I'm thinking back. Yeah, I'm just thinking back. I'm like,
yeah. I get what you're saying. I'm taking the piss here. So yeah, there's too much. There's just too much, social media in general, and I mean, especially in 2020 now, that is definitely something that.
So you met something that... Let me take the ball back. Okay, so you're at this girl. You met this girl online, and now you're at a bar with her.
Yeah, because basically I'm just like, hey, do you want to hang out? Like, I don't do.
Yeah.
Literally, I have a formula. I would use this same formula every time. I would hit him up. Like, try and say, like, a couple clever things, like, just, like, comment.
Do you remember one specifically?
Oh, no. I mean, I would put, like...
Were they, like, the cheesy shit, like...
Oh, no.
Did it hurt?
No. I would just, like... But I would try and, use something that was, like, relevant to their profile. Like, hey, I actually read the words that you, like... put in your profile, and I'd be like, oh yeah, like I've seen that movie too, or like da-da-da-da-da. It would just be like very matter of fact.
You're like, hey, just stopping by to let you know that liking The Office is not a personality.
so please try harder.
Good day.
Good day.
Sure. Yeah, so you're at the bar with this girl.
And like, okay, so we got past the like one word responses and just saying what's up and like this, that, and the other thing. So then I'm like, hey, I really prefer meeting people in person so we can, test out the bike and see if we have that chemistry. And if not, no big deal. Like I can move on with my life. You can move on with your life. And this appealed to this particular person. So we meet at this bar, and, I start sipping my beers, my IPAs, because I'm a basic bitch, and...
What the hell is that? What does that mean? I like IPAs. I wouldn't call myself a basic bitch.
Exactly, though. We are... There's a lot of us out there, hence the basic.
It's such a diverse category.
An IPA drinker would say that, wouldn't he?
Fuck you, dude. That's like saying, oh, I like to read books because I'm a basic bitch. There's so many books. There's nothing base. That's a complex... Okay, keep going.
So, we're just going back and forth. And then the subject of bands comes up. And she's kind of talking about, like, metal and stuff. And I bring up, like, the, like, little bit of, like, progressive metal that I listen to. And I play her some. And then she's like, oh, no, that's not metal. Like, da-da-da-da-da. She's, like, a purist. And I'm like, and I just, like, we just, like, get into it.
You guys were playing music at a bar? off
Well,
your phone?
trying
With no
to.
headphones?
Trying to. So I play some music on the jukebox. I throw, $5 or whatever it is I had at the time, because I'm working as like a chef on like, I'm really working for my money. So it's a treat that I'm gonna be like picking my music at the bar.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't play. And I'm sitting there and I'm having an argument.
That sucks.
With this.
Yeah, you need this music to play to reinforce the argument you're making.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an auditory aid to your thesis.
Absolutely. They have the option at the jukebox to pay extra to like play your song next. I just get to the point where I have to look, because you can like look at the queue and see, okay, when is mine coming up?
Sure.
And I page through at least a dozen pages of like 8 songs apiece.
A dozen pages of 8 songs.
The
like
list,
100, almost 96.
Just an obscene amount of music, and none of it is anything I paid for. It's like getting me to the point where I start talking to the bartender about it. So then this what would the word be? Bevested gentleman strolls into the bar, and she points him out to me, and she's like, yeah, he pays for like a lot of songs in a row, like, so when he gets in, it's already playing his playlist. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? This guy has got so much spare cash that he's gentrifying a goddamn jukebox that he's not even near right now, just in preparation to like put out the rose petals for Chad's fucking entrance to the local watering hole. Lost my fucking mind. And probably part of the reason why that date went so shittily.
Do you remember any of the songs that he had selected?
Oh man, I hate to say this, because I know it's once again the flavor of elitism just eking out of my pores, but just basic country, like I'm talking country to where like you don't know when like a new song started and an old one ended, and it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Where was this?
Oh, it was in Wheaton.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. I pictured Wheaton, Illinois. Yeah, that was your mistake, dude. That was
First mistake.
You're not you. Yeah. People like you and I aren't allowed there. We're not welcome. So you were telling me offline about a breakup caused by unconventional. So what some would call an unconventional end to this particular relationship.
Yeah. So.
And I gotta hear about this, because you refused to tell me about it until we were recording.
So, anyone who knows me knows a few things about me.
Oh yeah.
What are the stereotypical Ben Hameen flavors?
Oh, dude, you just fart a lot.
Yeah.
You just like you don't care. You just like the absent-mindedness of a grazing like cow. I'm not trying to call you a cow, because you're certainly not.
Too late.
Fuck. Just like when a cow. No, I gotta walk that back, because you're not a cow. But I'm talking about like
it's
the nonchalantness.
Cow's a noble creature.
They kind of are. They're on the Chinese zodiac.
Yeah. Ox.
Which is a That's like a cow, right?
I mean, it's a beefier cow. They got
close.
They got more of like
okay. So you're like you have the absent-mindedness of an ox grazing.
You are like ruminant. You shit everywhere. And you break Chinaware.
Like it's just nothing to you.
Yeah.
It's like a sneeze. It's just like an involuntary.
Oh, it's voluntary every time. It's
like some folks remove themselves from the presence of others and do it privately. So that's a good picture for folks. Is Ben just farts a
lot. This new person, we had gotten pretty serious pretty quickly. Like we had some, multi-hour conversations, like really breaking down some stuff, like talking about in depth, like, and we just like had like a very natural chemistry. It was quite arresting, at first. Then some things started setting in. So there was a couple.
Some difference of opinion.
There was some,
one might say,
some disputes. We were kind of discussing things, and she was like talking about like some sort of struggle at work or something, and we were kind of lounging around in my room, and I just, it's okay. So like, and now this is the point where like there's probably about at least half, if not 3/4 of the audience that is very against me right now, and I do apologize, but I was in my.
You're like that. You are like the anti-hero of this podcast.
So I'm very in my element.
Yeah, you're in your room, and you're
in my PJs.
You feel safe. You're relaxed. There's no tension.
So
you're loose.
So then, while she's talking about this, I just like
while she's like
discussing like some turmoil at work, or like I honestly I couldn't even tell you at this point. And like I'm listening, like at the time I was definitely listening. Like it wasn't like as like it wasn't meant to be it wasn't meant to be sent as a
as you just openly admitted right now that you can't even tell me what she was talking about. Yes. I swear I was listening, but I can't for the life of me tell you what she was talking about.
Okay, there's a big difference between short-term and long-term memory. I wasn't socking this shit away for later. Like I especially after what came to happen from this point, because it got real bad from here. So she's talking, and I'm listening, I'm nodding along, and then I let one go. It had some of that like kind of mud flap quality to it at the end, where it was just like firm opinion that no matter what, from the get-go, you have to act exactly how you are going to act basically until the day you die. Like, not saying that like you can't evolve, but I think that especially like this upcoming generation after us, and like the amount of like sculpting and processing you have to put into like every little post, every little this, every little that, you're like I said, everything like over text and social media, very contrived. So
Yeah, and curated.
yes,
So transparency is super important now.
to me, and
I think it. Yeah,
I
I think everyone should be more transparent.
yeah, and just, really kind of dive in at the beginning of a relationship so, you don't go through actually the way I heard it kind of described was that every relationship is essentially a cannonball in the middle of a giant ball of wool. And all the stuff you do at the beginning to like present yourself and like date and whatnot is all the fluff around this big heavy cannonball. And you do yourself a disservice by overly padding that cannonball, because then, people are falling for essentially a mask. Like, it's a presentation of yourself that isn't even authentic.
Sure.
Obviously, there's a line between, authenticity and, having some common decency to not fart in the middle of some important discussion that I didn't understand was this important. So I very on the nose, characteristically, let one rip, and she stops talking immediately.
So she's talking.
I fart.
You fart, and she just stone cold. Stop.
And that's when my eyes start bulging, and I am.
You're like, oh shit.
She looks at this. I remember to a T. She looks at me and she says, "I'm gonna go."
Oh shit.
I was like,
oh, she's not fucking around.
She was not fucking around.
Oh, dude, she didn't even say
this was it.
Oh my god. She didn't even say that was disrespectful or that upsets me. She's just like, I'm leaving.
So she
man, this is so fucking awkward, dude.
I start trying to reason with her. I'm like, but what? Have you not
it something
been getting to know me?
Did you know? Did you know it was because of the fart at the time? Or do you think did you think it was something else?
Oh,
because it's so normal.
It was very apparent. There was an elephant in the room and it had farted. There was. It was. It. So I'm just trying to reason with her. I'm like, that's just the kind of guy I am. I'm sorry. It wasn't coming from a place of disrespect at all. I just, it's very inextricable from my personality. Literally, my Wi-Fi password at the time was fart further. Oh, and I farted her further than I've ever farted someone before. Because pretty much never saw her again. There was a little bit of discussion. There was some heated exchanges. And then it was just nothing.
All from a fart.
I farted a woman out of existence. So I do have a tendency to get into a Facebook dispute or two, and if you'd like, I could read the start of the meme, or I could just.
So what was the statement this man was making?
Essentially, that the lockdown and quarantine was to mitigate the revolutionary sentiment that's out there. I think this whole thing will be best served as me reading, and I'll try and keep the characters straight. So I'll try and imbue this character with a bit of a voice, and then we will continue on.
Oh my god. Please don't be. Oh, okay. Yeah, use voices, just be careful.
Wait, what are you worried about?
Let's just see what you do. And then we'll,
I'm
correct.
doing Ben Shapiro for him. Because that's pretty much where the root of this is.
Okay, that's better than I. Yeah.
Dude, I'm more successful than you are.
By what definition?
Welcome to America. Classism is king. You have a better chance of getting shot by a cop than I do.
Can we just your Ben Shapiro's pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it. I used to be a fan of him, so I can channel him very well.
Yeah, if I just shut my eyes, I can picture his little mousy, like, fucking smugness.
AOC, please send pictures of your feet. I would like to see pictures of your feet, please.
Yeah, that is something he would be into. Is like pictures of feet and what is it, auto asphyxiation? Or like just taking like saran wrap and like wrapping it around people's faces.
I am slack-jawed and just perplexed as to what my higher likelihood of being shot by a police officer has to do with anything that's been said.
Bro, look at your front porch. How are you going to let a black man get rich in your democracy before you?
Oh, what the fuck?
There's a lot to unpack there, and this is where I was just
Yeah, there's so many layers to that comment. Why does he think that black people can't have porches? It's such a... Like, he used your porch as an example of...
I didn't even know I had a picture of my porch up. I'm like, I literally don't even know what he's, like, referencing. But, like, I mean, go figure.
You flexing your porch, Ben? You post in your pictures of your porch to let everybody know you made it?
So, okay. So this has all just been built up. Like, now it's going to start getting the layers of the onion grow ever deeper.
Sure.
So
I just find it... Yeah, okay.
Peasant, I'm sure you voted Biden. The $450,000 tax plan won't affect you in the slightest.
To which, like,
Sure.
if you
Probably
heard before, I already, like, fully and emphatically stated that I dislike Joe Biden.
Oh, sure, but that's already a bullshit argument anyway.
Stating that right now.
You didn't?
Did not vote.
What? What the fuck, dude? Why are we in partnership right now? Producing this together. What'd you do instead?
I voted for who I voted for.
Oh god, dude. And I know it wasn't Trump.
Oh, it wasn't. Wasn't that man either.
So you probably voted for one of the weirdos like Vermin Supreme or...
Oh, I wish.
I guess it doesn't matter too much because you live in Illinois. So,
yeah.
like...
If my
less
vote
consequential.
was the break, then the Dems need a lot more.
Yeah, I guess I'd be more pissed if you lived in a swing state or something, but...
I get the need and desire to deliver Trump a loss. Like has been
okay. There you go.
The number.
We're on the same page. Yep. I'm not crazy about Biden either, but
I would even go further than that, but once again, let's not get into the weeds.
Did I strike a nerve? I know you don't have any heart.
He actually replied that I would probably be someone who would enter the military and get raped. Yeah, so that's
when they're sending their people to us, they're not sending their best or their brightest.
Is that your Trump impression? Is that supposed to be Trump?
It's the energy of Trump.
It sounds like a stereotypical, like, 90s Indian accent.
Really? Is that...
Do it again. Do it one more time.
When they're sending us their people, they're not sending us...
Yeah, that's totally... Dude, I hope you haven't used that accent too much. Like with other
I've
people.
been using it everywhere. Maybe it's Modi. Like, I don't know. Modi's kind of...
That's like, yeah, that sounds like... Yeah, like a 90s sketch comedy guy doing an Indian accent to me. But maybe it's... I'll know in post. I'll listen in post. Maybe it's getting distorted.
We'll have to see on that one.
Okay, so for the folks listening, that is supposed to be a Trump impersonation. Not a racist Indian accent.
I mean, take what you will out of it. I'm not perfect at all of my accents. I nail Ben Shapiro. My Trump
Ben
is
Shapiro's
wanting.
great.
My Trump is wanting, we'll say.
You are on my page. Nobody knows you. If you died today, nobody would miss you. That is why you're mad, and I understand. By the way, what are you driving?
Wow, so this guy really uses material possessions to gauge success. Holy shit.
Fill that vacuous hole in his poor little heart.
Oh my god. And you know he feels real content with his circumstances when he's investing all this time in you.
Literally just trolling him. Like, I just literally came in to call him a fucking moron, and now he's still talking to me 2 hours later.
Yeah. Right. So, like, all the shit he's saying about you being inconsequential and stuff, like, it's just counterintuitive to the point he's trying to make, because he's invested 2 hours of his life with you that he can't get back.
Yeah, I read something recently that when a narcissist accuses, they are actually confessing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the place I've been sitting at with it.
Sure.
So
I will just play devil's advocate and say that you also have invested 2 hours.
Oh
of your
yeah.
life.
I'm ashamed of it. I deserve to be lambasted on a rock and have my.
But we can spin it as topical research in preparation of today's podcast.
I mean, yeah, if it would have been pre-planned instead of me showing up and being like, "Hey, I think I got a topic."
Yeah, we did have a plan for today.
Okay. So now I am just in full hysterics because he's literally driving into the same thing that I've literally been making fun of him for. Dude, I don't care about what car you drive. Literally, if you get into a car wreck with my Toyota RAV that's 10 years old, you're the one who's out money. I'm just it's that's a dent in there. All right, I'm gonna keep driving it. So
Got that liability, right?
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Riding just above the state
Just
mandate.
Yep, just enough.
You think money not important? Tag your girl.
So now, he's gonna flex his money in front of my girl and take her away.
Yeah. He gonna get her.
He's gonna.
I am going to possess that because I go to the store for when I purchase the women.
Yeah, this guy definitely is living his life like some kind of conquest.
Yeah, that's never gonna fill that vacuous hole.
Yeah, I mean, and even if this dude does have all the things that he says he does in these Facebook comments, he's still obviously not happy, which is sad.
It is really sad.
For a dude that sees his whole life as this conquest of acquiring things, yeah, he's just never gonna get to the end of this journey. He's never gonna be happy. It's kind of sad.
So I put in a little equation. I put popularity equals people using you for your money, but you're too fucking stupid to see through the ruse. Good luck with that. To which he replies, because now I've really gotten to him. Mm-hmm. I'll bet you $7,000 right now I can take her tonight. And like, yeah. So this is actually 7,000. Where I kind of gotta divert because like I was saying before, the narcissist turns confessions into accusations. So what is he saying here? What is Ben Shapiro saying here? Is he saying that me and my girlfriend couldn't get together and be like, hey, let this guy hit on you for a little bit and then we'll make $7,000? like you have such a non-attachment with your partners in life, because I'm assuming he has multiple.
Oh, yeah.
That he thinks that conversation couldn't even be achieved. That is some a $7,000 plateau that could never become about by any natural means of
he's never felt like that partnership with a person.
He's which I'm like, wow.
Interdependence.
like a healthy open. So at this point I literally messaged and I'm like, you'll never believe what's going on right now.
And for folks listening, this is your significant other.
Yes. Hi. She's probably listening at some point.
If she wants us to bleep her name, we can bleep her name.
Oh, yeah. That might be a good idea. Anonymity. And to which I reply, I'm sure you're not going to follow through with this bet because you're just a braggadocious bitch.
Braggadocious.
Gotta bring some of that old time swing to some of your insults.
You got him with the Mary Poppins right hook.
Dude got wrecked by some Mary Poppins ass. Unless you don't have that too, I would assume in reference to he just thinks that girlfriends are impossible. Once again, telling on himself a little too loud. Tag her. Don't worry, I will find her. Give me 2 hours.
Uh-oh. Right now is 2 hours later, dude.
And he's
oh my god.
It's a developing
story. Is she
story.
Okay?
It's happening right now.
Is she okay?
Oh, she's laughing her ass off right now.
She's in a safe place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure she has her privacy settings, so you can't look her up even. So I'm like, yeah, go for it.
No, I was talking about it in real life.
Oh, yeah.
I hope her door's locked wherever she is. This dude sounds psychotic, but okay, keep going.
Okay, I say go for it. I'll drop my Cash App link. If you choose to ignore it, once you realize that not everyone is into your pathetic ass.
Okay. Drop your Cash App now.
I drop my Cash App, which is time, just like it is everywhere, baby. So yeah, hit us up.
Oh my god. I'm gonna cut that out. I'm gonna cut that shit.
Yeah, people love that. Give me money. So then I asked, did you find her yet? And how long does this challenge last? So, when we can collect on it, notice how I said we. I mean...
Your team.
Yes, literally. I mean, you got the money, right? Or do you just like flashing it around, clown? And then, a little clown emoji. Because,
Nice.
honk, honk.
Yeah.
Don't quote
How often do you
the
get to use that?
Don't quote the ancient magic to me, young one.
I'm driving. I said 2 hours. Be patient.
So now, 2 hours later, I have said, and now, like a small child, you're imitating your idol. You aren't coughing up the shit you owe me. I'll promise right now on the podcast, if this comes to pass, I'm gonna donate at least $1,000 to the ACLU. So there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, if Ben Shapiro wannabe wants to actually pony up the dough, then hopefully trolling for the benefit of mankind.
I could see that would be. You know how most successful people are successful because they did something no one's ever done before?
Yeah.
I feel like you just had that moment with what you just said. You could troll people online.
Just raise money for the ACLU.
You just gotta work. You gotta finesse it a little bit to kind of get them. You gotta trap them a little better.
Oh, it's not hard. Trust me.